Unless you are dating a broke girl and y'all just want to skip hands into the broke sunset together. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Mel back with another video, and today we are doing another girl chat video. It's been a while since I've done this, but we're doing it a little bit different. A little bit different today because I got my girl Kaila Cake. She is going to answer the questions with me that you guys asked me on IG. Follow me on IG, by the way, okay? So next time we do this, you can ask yours. But Kaila, she doesn't live here. She lives in DC. So we're gonna call her up. We're gonna do a little FaceTime team. Y'all will see her in the corner. And we're just gonna answer these questions. I don't know if we're gonna agree on the same things, but that's the point of having a discussion. So you can get other people's point of view and you can actually learn something instead of just thinking your way is the way to go. Okay, self-awareness, that's what we're working on. But yeah, if you guys are interested in watching this video, girl, keep on watching. I feel like that didn't really make sense, but whatever. Let's start the video. All right, y'all, so I got my girl Kaila on the phone. Say hey. Miss Kaila Cake. If y'all don't follow her, I don't know what y'all doing. You guys probably do. You said what?
I said, what y'all doing?
And what are you doing? I'll have all her stuff linked down below, and then of course her name will be at the top. If you want to follow her on Instagram and subscribe to her, do that, okay? But like I said, we are going to be asking some questions, answering some, getting each other's opinions, you know, piggybacking that whole shebang. So let's just get into the first one. Okay, so the first one is thoughts on cutting guys off early on when you two are not fully on the same page. Okay, we used on a lot, so I got confused just a second. But basically, if you guys are dating and you just figure out real soon that you're not on the same page, how do you think that should go? Do you think you should take your time getting to know him, give him more time? Do you think that you should just...
Okay, I just went through this like a few months ago. I want to say like maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And I gave it a little more time.
Mm-hmm.
What else I could get to know about him, just to see maybe, okay, what if that was just a few things that we just didn't have in common, and maybe we have more in common that I haven't figured out yet. And once I figured out that we didn't have, it just wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know, I kind of feel like this just isn't what I thought it was going to be. I feel like the vibes aren't there, and I would just much rather either be friends, and if you can't be friends, then we can just go ahead and move on from the situation. So
I agree. I will say that in my past, my friends be like, girl, you are not patient enough. You just be ready to cut somebody off so quick. Wah, 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 wah. And in my head, oh my God, I had to make sure I was recording. I'm sorry. I am recording. Anyways, in my head, I'm just like, okay, so I'm gonna try your advice, right? I'm gonna wait it out to see if I like this man, and I don't. Okay, every time I wait it out, I'm like, I should have just stopped wasting my time. I should have just left when I felt like this wasn't going to work out, because I just feel like a connection with someone, when you meet a friend or when you meet somebody out in public, right, and you've never met them before, you kind of just already feel like, okay, we gonna be good friends. The vibe is right. It's very easy. It's very effortless. So when it comes to dating, why is there such like a give it time, da 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 da? I just have a hard time accepting that. I really do, because I'm just like, I've met somebody that I was like, yo, this is like a soulmate, almost felt like, but there were other aspects that didn't work out. That's why we're not together. That's why I'm single right now. But experiencing how effortless that was initially, now I have that standard, and I'm just like, it should just be like that with somebody. Like, I should be compatible with someone. Like, I don't want to learn to be compatible with my partner. There's differences, yes, but incompatibility, no. I can't do it. So what do you think is like an appropriate time to like get to know someone?
That's hard, because I feel like it's subjective to you know, what you want to deal with and all of that. But for me, like a solid couple weeks.
I'm on the same tip with you, girl.
First 2 weeks, you have to think, like, when you're first talking to someone that you are really interested in, or it seems like you're really interested in it, like, you want to talk every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's happened to me. Like, everyone that I had kind of, like, started conversations with or whatever, you know, we pretty much talked every day. Just getting to know each other, talking, little funny memes, like, getting to know each other's sense of humor, family, friends, like, all of that. We talked every single day. So 2 weeks of talking consistently, you can miss a, we don't have to talk to that person every day. But I feel like consistently talking to someone for 2 weeks, you'll get to know a lot about them.
Yeah.
But also, within that 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure you're going to want to meet up.
Exactly.
You can see how your in-person energy flows. You can see their facial expressions, their body language. Like, that's a good amount of time.
I think the same thing. I think other people would be like, oh, you need 2 months. I'm like, I kind of know if I like somebody, like, immediately. I'm like, I like this person, or I don't really like this person, you know? So to answer your question, if we're not fully on the same page and I don't see it really going anywhere, then I'm gonna just go and find somebody where we're in the same book, on the same page, in the same paragraph. Okay. Same word, damn near. All right, so next question. Oh, this one's good. How bills should be split?
Where are we at in this relationship?
I'm assuming, okay, let's just put this scenario out that you guys have been together for, I mean, you've been together long enough to move in with each other.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So it doesn't matter how long, months, years that may be for you, but you guys are both comfortable enough to make that step. So you guys, you know, you're figuring out the apartment, you're looking at them, and you're like, okay, so let's figure out the finances.
Well, me personally, I feel like the man should take care of majority of it.
Period.
I don't want to, like, you know, I don't want to seem like the woman should do anything, but a woman should contribute. But I feel like the man should, you know, step up and be that provider for the now household that we have created. You're the man of the house now, literally. So I'll cook the food. I will clean the house.
Okay. I feel the same way. I mean, say you guys both work, right? So you guys both have jobs. It doesn't matter if the woman works as much as you work. The woman naturally is going to take care of the household things.
Yeah.
The cleaning. If you guys have a child, she's going to bear the child. She's going to breastfeed the child. She's going to take care of the child. The laundry, just the decorate, anything pertaining to the house, pretty much a woman takes care of, okay? There's rare scenarios where a man will actually do that, right? So if we're talking about roles here, if I'm doing that naturally, then you should be naturally paying majority of the bills.
You should naturally be swiping that V.
Okay. It also just depends on if you value like tradition. So if you value a man coming into your life, offering guidance and leadership. I don't want to make it sound like it's a father, but it's like you're the man of the house. You're supposed to provide. That's how I view a man. So if you took this step to want to have this home with me, then you know what it is. Like, but those are the type of things that I talk about before I even move in with a man. Okay.
And you could also talk about how you were raised. Like I said, getting to know someone, you talk about how you were raised.
Mm-hmm.
Also shapes my opinion right now. It shapes your opinion right now. It should shape whoever's, you know, opinion that whoever's asking.
Right.
So I feel like how you were raised has, you know, a lot to do with that. It has a lot to do with how I operate as well.
Yeah, and it just depends on also how old you guys are, because I don't know, if y'all are 20 years old and you're both figuring life out and you guys don't have a career, and the only way that you guys can live together is by splitting it 50-50, then it makes sense. If they're working at Jamba Juice and he's working at Dick's Sporting Goods and y'all make the same amount of money, then like, of course you can't expect him to pay majority of the bills because he's struggling and you're just sitting here with all your money in your pocket. That's not a partnership to me. But in the ideal world, I'm not moving in with a man until I'm married. So at that point, you better be established and be able to take care of the household. Point blank, period. So 50-50 is not in my head. That's a negative ghostwriter for me, but it just depends on your guys' circumstance.
Yeah, and that conversation will be had too before you even take that step.
Exactly.
And if it doesn't happen and now you're sitting there with bills and y'all looking at each other crazy, don't be right. Y'all should have communicated that. Y'all should have been figured out, because now look, like, the light bill is past due and we still staring at each other looking crazy. Like, who gonna pay this?
Okay. And then I also just feel like how a man like courts you will also tell you how he'll treat you and the bills whenever you guys move into a house. So while you guys are in the dating stage, if he is paying for 98% of the things, then more than likely you guys probably won't even have to have a debate. Like, this is a whole, I'm not having a debate about it. It's just like either you agree or you don't. And I think the whole splitting the bills thing, or even just having conversations about finances, that's something that you kind of figure out early on. Like, okay, so how do you view this type of responsibility as a man? And if he's like, oh, well, I just feel like a woman should go 50-50 because she's an adult, that's fine. But me and you aren't gonna work.
Right.
And then at that point, you just save yourself the headache.
Exactly. And I think also when you're like starting to get into dating and you're clear on your intentions when you're going out to go date. So say if I am ready to settle down, I'm ready to find a husband, I'm gonna ask different questions on the date than I would when I was younger and I just wanted to have fun and stuff like that. Like, I want to know your intentions. Like, not even on the first date, but the first few days, I'm going to be asking those key questions because I need to know, like, you know, how we're going to mesh together.
And it's so simple.
Exactly.
If you ask, you won't have to guess, girl. So.
No.
Next question. So, friends with benefits, good or bad thing according to you? Let's emphasize you. This is our opinion, okay? This is my opinion. So if you're watching this and you have friends with benefits, do your thing, girl. But for me, I'm gonna say my opinion. Go ahead. What do you think?
Friends with benefits, good or bad? I feel like it depends where you're at in your life and what you want. So say if you're sitting here and you really are desiring for like a family and kids stuff, why are you wasting your time with this man?
Okay.
Okay? Don't waste your time with someone if you know what you really want. If you're out there looking for fun, okay, cool, get you a little friend with benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun.
Yeah.
So sometimes I do feel like once you have friends with benefits, it can either go one way. You can start to kind of feel away, your needs can change, and now you're kind of stuck because maybe you don't know how to have that hard conversation. It can be tricky. Situationships are tricky sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially to get out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because the boundaries are so unclear.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if you have a friend with benefits, have that conversation, set those boundaries, and go from there.
Yeah.
Like, don't leave things unclear. I know it's not a relationship, but like, you still need boundaries.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like I agree with what you're saying, for sure. I just, for me personally, right, because you asked my opinion. By the way, the lighting is going in and out, but whatever. I had graduated from that. And I don't say that as if what you're doing is a negative thing, because I have done that before. And I look back on the people that I shared those experiences with, and I'm like, why the fuck did I do that? you know? And then it's like, is it really, because people, you know, whenever they're doing the whole friends with benefits thing, like even you said it, it's like a natural thing for us to say, oh, I'm just having fun. I'm young. I just got single, da 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 da. But is it like, is it really fun? Or is it just like temporary satisfaction? And then whenever that person leaves your bed, you feel empty, or you feel unfulfilled, or you feel lost, or you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, it might sound good and feel good in the moment, right? But then when you're in times of self-reflection and you're really reevaluating what you want, not only in a relationship, but like the standards that you want for yourself, like, do you want somebody to see you and be like, oh, that's just a friend with benefits, you know? Or do you want somebody to see you and be like, oh, this person is polite, she's energetic, she's nice, she's this, that, and a third. But it's like, typically when you do the whole friends with benefits thing, it's like you just kind of view them as a tangible thing. It's like an object. It's not really like a person, if that makes sense, because your only focus is like getting that physical thing.
Yeah.
And then like you said, it might get shaky, right? Where someone starts to develop feelings. And then at that point, it's just messy.
Yes.
It's just messy and unnecessary. So I just feel like the whole friends with benefits thing should just, I think you have to go through it to get to it. I think you have to like really experience that and see if it works for you personally. For me, it doesn't work for who I am right now. It doesn't align with like what I want, like you were saying. It depends on what your goal is, you know? But I don't want to be like that girl, but the exchange of energies is real for me.
Yes. Oh my God.
Like, you're not finna be laying in my bed, dog, and you eat McDonald's. Like, come on. Like, me and you, like, that's very, like, you know, surface level. But you know what I'm saying. Like, you don't know who this person is internally. And now you've invited them in your space, in your home, in your body. And now you guys are, this man could be, or woman, whatever you're doing, could be a horrible person at the core. And you haven't taken the time to figure that out because you're only focused on the physical attraction.
Yeah.
So I don't recommend it. I really don't. Like, I wish somebody was there to explain how deeper it is than just having fun to me. Because that would have saved me a whole bunch of, why did I do that? To this day, you know, like, not to be stuck in the past, but sometimes I'd be seeing them on Instagram, seeing them on Twitter, like, please, you know? Like, just being honest.
Yeah.
So it could have saved me a lot of headache, and like, I'm just not with that no more. And sometimes I wish I didn't do that at times, but then everybody has their own journey and it contributed to the person I am today. So
yeah, it helps you figure out kind of what you want now, what you don't want. Very important. You have to go through certain experience to figure out what you don't want, and that's something I had to kind of like stick to, because it's easy to say, I want this, I want that, but you have to get specific with yourself too. What do you not want? What do you not want to deal with? Do you want to deal with someone who is just laying it down, getting up and leaving? Or do you secretly want to kind of cuddle a little bit?
Exactly.
Just didn't say anything because it's only friends with benefits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be clear on what you don't want with you. You got to be very strict with these tricky situations too. Like, you really have to be in tune with yourself, or else the lines will just be so blurred. You'll be blind, girl.
Okay, and I feel like if you're really in tune with yourself, you're probably just not gonna lay down with anybody just to lay down with them.
Exactly.
I done been through that, don't wanna go back, okay? No ma'am. Oh, this one was good. My homegirl asked this. She said, whether to snitch on a man to his girl or not, and in what circumstances? I'm a snitch every time. I'm a snitch every time. Listen, if the woman is not receptive of it, if the woman is like a bitch about it, okay? If she's trying to blame me, listen, I did my due diligence. I'm gonna leave you with that, and I'm gonna proceed on with my life. If I gotta block you, I gotta block you. Okay? But at least I just feel like as a woman, it's like girl code. Like if my man was DMing another woman, not my fire alarm going off. What is this? So what I was saying was, I think as a woman, if your man is creeping behind your back, you would kind of expect the other woman to let you know if she is aware that he has a girlfriend. You know, like it's very visible. She's on your page, she's doing this, that, and the third. Now, okay, but it also depends. Like if he's just liking your pictures, like girl, don't go DMing his girlfriend and being like, oh, your man is liking my pictures, da 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 da. But if he DMs you like clearly flirtatious, I'm trying to get to know you, he's not DMing you to be your friend, right? You know, he didn't follow you, he didn't like your photos because he thought you would be a good friend. He thought you were fine, attractive, and he wants to pursue you in some type of way. So, if it's just like a like, a follow, I'm not gonna reach out to the girlfriend. But if it's like, you're DMing me and you're continuously doing it, I don't know. But then I've also been in a circumstance where a guy has DM'd me and his girlfriend was on his page, and I just didn't really have the energy to like deal with all that shit, you know? But I don't know. It just, if he's being like OD, then I just feel like I gotta screenshot it and be like, yo, because I've done that before. And she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. So I saved the girl's life.
First of all, I'm only doing that if we're friends.
If you and the girl are friends?
Yeah.
Okay. If it's just like a random, you're not doing it. Okay, go ahead.
I'm just gonna not respond. Like I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Thirsty clearly, like that's on you, that's on your conscience, that's on you. You know what I mean? I have nothing to do with that. I didn't respond, I didn't entertain it. That's my business. But if it's a friend and I see like her man kind of doing something, then I will say something.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
And you know, I don't know.
I've done it when, okay, so I've done it when he was pursuing me, didn't know he had a girlfriend. Then he randomly posts her on his like story, and then I was like, oh, I gotta reach out to the girlfriend. Because even though I didn't know her, I'm like, yo, like this man is literally, me and him are entertaining each other.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know her, but I just felt like it was like a responsibility to just let her know what's up. Now, like I said, if she's not receptive of it, then it just is what it is. But if it's something, I wouldn't say harmless, but like he's DMing me, he is just liking my photos, he follows me, I'm not gonna do all that.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. If he's just like talking to himself, I'm just not gonna respond. Talk to himself. But definitely if, you know, we're kind of entertaining each other and he made it seem like he doesn't have.
Exactly.
And then he does have.
Then I'm gonna reach out.
Yeah.
I reach out. That's what I meant. Like by every time, I mean, if it's affecting me, I'm gonna reach out.
Yeah.
Every time. But like there would be men that literally have husband in their bio that will DM you. I'm like,
right, crazy,
insanity. But I'm not finna reach out to the wife and be like, oh, your husband or da 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 da, because like you said, like that's not my business. But if he like acted as if he didn't have one and it wasn't like visible, then
yeah,
I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to reach out because you're not gonna play me and her.
Right, that's so messed up.
You didn't already play me. Let's not play her too.
So was the girl who asked the question, was she like a friend of the girl or?
She doesn't specify. She just said in general, like,
okay,
whether to snitch on a man to his girl or not, and in what circumstances. I mean, we talked about the circumstances. Oh, we could do this one really good.
Okay.
It says, rather no man or broke man.
And baby. No
Say it
man.
one more time for the people.
No man.
Okay.
Like, you know, oh man, I'm good. I'm good. That's not what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for someone who I can potentially spend the rest of my life with. And the life that I see myself living doesn't include a broke man. So, no man.
Okay. Period. I feel the same way. I just feel like as a man, like we were talking about earlier, right? Like traditionally as a man, you're supposed to provide, you're supposed to lead. You're supposed to make it to where your woman is comfortable submitting to you, right? And we live in a world where it requires money to damn near breathe. So let's not act like money doesn't matter.
We're walking outside for $100.
Okay. I stepped one foot out and spent $200 at Target already.
Okay.
So, a man who is broke is a man who shouldn't be dating. Unless you are dating a broke girl and y'all just want to skip hands until the broke sunset together, okay?
But it won't be me though.
But it won't be me, and that's totally fine. Like, that's your experience, that's your situation, but Monique and Kaila will not engage, and we will not participate. And it's really, really, really that simple, because it's like, as a man, I just feel like if I'm providing myself, by myself, everything that a man has the ability to, and you can't come into my life and replace some of those things, listen, I'm not gonna submit to you, baby. I'm not gonna feel like, yeah, that's my man. You know how when you have a man that you feel like he's the Mr. Make It Happen?
Yeah.
I have yet to experience where I'm like, some shit happened, let me call my man.
Right.
My man go figure it out.
Right.
And a broke man just can't do that.
You can't. Because baby, if that tire pops, a broke man can't pay for a new tire.
If Chanel drops a new purse, a broke man can't buy a Chanel. I'm sorry.
If my camera breaks, who am I call? The Ghostbusters at this point.
Okay, honestly, the only person that I call on is myself. So if you're a man coming into my life, I should be able to call on you, point blank, period. And if you can't do that, it's because you probably don't have the funds to do so.
Show me the funds.
Show me the fucking funds. Well, he's like, I'm tired of being an independent woman. I'm tired. So that was the end of the video. Say bye, Kaila. Thanks for coming and answering all these questions with me and talking about what we talk about. I feel like it was a great conversation, and I hope whoever asked these questions got some insight and some advice.
Mm-hmm. And even if you didn't ask, hopefully you take something from it.
Okay? Plain blank, period. But, alright girl, bye.
Goodbye.
So I'm gonna wrap this video up. I just said bye to my girl Kaila. Make sure you guys go follow her and go subscribe to her channel, because her last video will be questions that I answered on her channel that her subscribers asked her and her followers asked her on Instagram. So if you guys want to go see some more opinions and insights, then go over to her channel and watch that video. I will link it down below. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next one. Deuces.